Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. I thought my southern accent would be appropriate considering the fact that I feel like I look like someone's little old granny in my floral print. Completely clashes with my background. I did it again. I know you were waiting for me to do it again. I'm trying to vary my wardrobe so that I'm not just wearing black t-shirts. It's kind of difficult to do when 98% of what you own is black t-shirts. So anyway, if this is your first time joining me here on the channel, I would like to welcome you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for giving me a shot, and hopefully you guys will enjoy my reviews. If you are a seasoned veteran of the channel. Can I even say seasoned veteran of the channel if I've only put out like 15 videos? I've been doing this since like December. Do I even have veterans on this channel? Like 1, 2 maybe, I don't know. But if you have watched my videos before, then you already know what to expect. So don't be surprised with all the tomfoolery that goes on, because there will be tomfoolery. Does anyone other than someone's old granny say the term tomfoolery? It is a lovely, beautiful 85-degree mid-March day in South Carolina. And I would love to be outside and enjoy the weather and gallivant and do stuff with my little baby Charlotte. Unfortunately, there's a plague outside, so going out in any capacity is strongly discouraged. Our city is actually currently under, not lockdown yet, but under like a curfew. So it is strongly discouraged to be out on the streets between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. Obviously, I'm hoping that excludes people who are coming to and from work. If I get stopped picking up Richard from work, who doesn't even get out until 11 p.m., if I get stopped by a cop, I'm just gonna be like, you might as well go ahead and write me 3 months worth of tickets, bro, because I'm gonna be out here every night in these streets, okay? I gotta do what I gotta do. So, 4 minutes into the video, have not talked about the book that I'm reviewing at all. Typical. So today, I'm actually gonna record several videos because I'm lazy like that, and I didn't really want to record to begin with, but I had to push myself through it because it was either this or take a nap, which I really wanted to take a nap. But I didn't want to be unproductive all day today, so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to force myself to record. I'm also, as you can tell, wearing not minimal makeup, but less like in your face makeup than I usually am, and that is just because, to be honest, I don't give a shit. And I was like, just throw on a base and let's do this thing, because know what I'm saying? So today, in this video, I will be reviewing for you guys, dun 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 dun. This is Gena Showalter's The Darkest Night. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, fucking finally. I know. This is technically considered book 1 in her Lords of the Underworld series. There are, I think, like 19 books so far in that series. Don't quote me. On Amazon, this is listed as book 1, although there is a short little novella that kind of took place before this book that does tie into the series, but it's not necessary for you to read it in order to read The Darkest Night. And it's basically just like, you know, it takes place in like hell, and it's like the formation of the box that Pandora protected, or in this case, did not protect. Because you got shanked, girl. Spoilers. Okay, so this book is 384 pages, and this is, like I said, book 1 in the Lords of the Underworld series that has a bajillion books. It is currently available on Kindle and Nook for $6.99. The mass market paperback for this book is brand new on Amazon for $7.99, and you can find it used on eBay between $5 and $8, depending on the condition. Where to begin? This series is so, first of all, can we just like, can we just appreciate what's going on here on this cover? I know you can. I can. I know you can. If you're watching, we're here. We're here. So there is so much currently going on in this series because, like I said, there's been so many books already released that it's going to be one of those we have to take it as we go type things when it comes to the reviews, because otherwise this review will be like 2 hours long and nobody's gonna watch it, and y'all are just gonna be like, two hour? Bitch, no. Click off. Something else on YouTube, go look at videos of cats or something, you know? But I need to keep you here with me. So we will take it as it comes, pause, and we will review each book in the series and delve into more of the lore, etc., and what's currently going on. And then we will, just get into it. We'll get in there. We'll get in there. So the main characters of this book are Maddox and Ashlyn. Maddox is a lord of the underworld, and for those of you who don't know or who are not familiar with this series, the basic cliff notes of the lore behind the series is Greek gods, right? So you have Zeus, who created a team of elite warriors out of thin air. They were not born and raised. They were just poof, they're there. Buff and muscly and all, you know. And he created these warriors, and then he charged Pandora, who was one of those warriors, one of the few female warriors, because there are only a little sprinkling of female warriors that he created. Most of them are male. He charged Pandora with guarding Pandora's box, which is known to house all of the most terrible demons of the world. And because the male warriors were jealous of Pandora, jealous that she got this assignment and that she, it seemed as if Zeus favored her more than the others, they basically killed her and subsequently opened the box, releasing all of these terrible demons into the world. As punishment for that crime, Zeus cursed each warrior to house one of the demons within themselves. Because of that, and out of, just rage and whatever, they just went ham up into heavens, they just went ham, and they killed indiscriminately, and, there's plague and pestilence and blah, 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 blah. And they were banished to Earth. They're still immortals. Like they don't die unless, you cut your head off. But, they have to live amongst humans. And so that's where you find yourself at the beginning of this book. Okay, so that's kind of like the Cliff Notes version of the backstory of what this series is going to be about. Each Lord of the Underworld, or would you call the females, I guess it'd be ladies of the underworld, but I don't know, each one of the warriors has their own book. Like I said, there's been like 19 in the series. So in the beginning of this book, there are 2 different sects, not S-E-X, but S-E-C-T-S, sext. God, I hope I spelled that right. Sects. think so. Oh my God, out of all the books I've read, still can't do basic grammar again. So there are basically two different groups of the lords, and one of them was the group that kind of tried to pull back at the last moment and did not want to go through with the murder of Pandora, and there was another lord who got murdered, Baden, who was also killed. And then there was the other ones who were like super jealous, and they were like, you know, F this, be, you know, keep it family friendly up in this joint, you know what I mean? As much as can be expected. And so those two groups in the beginning of this series are kind of separate. They live in two different parts of the world. Later on in the series, they do basically like come together and like move into the same like fortress or mansion or whatever you want to call it. And they fight like side by side with each other. And you get to know each of, you know, both groups, each of the warriors. So this particular book, I will read you guys the blurb for, and I'm also going to give you guys just kind of like a brief, you know, history or whatever of like what types of demons were housed within the box and are now housed within the Lords of the Underworld, so that you guys will have an idea of going forward what books you have to look forward to if you delve into this series. So the blurb for this book states, and I'll just read it off the back because I do have it on my paper, but I'm going to try and start getting used to reading what's on the back of the book, because why wouldn't I? So the blurb for this one says, all her life, Ashlyn Darrow has been tormented by voices from the past. To end the nightmare, she has come to Budapest seeking help from men rumored to have supernatural abilities, not knowing she'll be swept into the arms of Maddox, their most dangerous member, a man trapped in a hell of his own. Neither can resist the instant hunger that calms their torments and ignites an irresistible passion. But every heated touch and burning kiss will edge them closer to destruction and a soul-shattering test of love. So essentially, Ashlyn hears voices, not like schizophrenic voices, but she can stand in a spot and she can tune into the voices of anyone who's stood in that spot previously and basically hear what has happened in that area in the past. So because she's so bombarded by these voices, she wants to be rid of them. She's come to Budapest to hook up with these guys who she's heard have magical abilities or supernatural powers in the hopes that they can somehow rid her of this curse / gift, whatever. Maddox is the Lord of the Underworld, who is the keeper of violence, and he's cursed to be murdered every night, brought back to life the next morning, and then rinse and repeat the next night. So he's kind of living in like a tormented hell of his own. And when they meet each other, he still feels that compulsion, but you know, he has a feeling that like she's going to be the one that's going to be able to break him of this curse or give him the reason to keep going. You know, he's miserable. Obviously, you'd be miserable if that should happen to you. And Ashlyn, when she is around Maddox, he calms the voices in her head, which I think happens in a lot of other novels. Like, you know, you meet your destined person and all of a sudden whatever problem was plaguing you is like not much of a problem anymore, you know what I mean? Or like they chill it out, you know? So yeah, so I think that, you know, after the murder of one of the other lords post possession, the lords do come to find out that that by killing a lord that's currently possessed will release the demon upon the earth. And so I think that's really the only reason why the majority of them have not like off themselves, or, you know, because most of them are miserable in their current lifestyle, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this book, there are, let me see. So the demons that have been identified as of when this book was released, or when, you know, shortly after it was released, was the demons of violence, pain, death, disease, disaster, misery, doubt, promiscuity, defeat, lies, secrets, and wrath. There are other demons that get introduced later on, which is like the demon of distrust. I think there may be a few more that I'm forgetting, but essentially each one of those demons is housed inside, basically like a parasite to the lords who are their hosts. And if they get killed, whether it be in battle, whether it be, they do it to themselves or whatever, it will unleash the demon upon the earth and cause mass murder and mayhem and whatever. Going forward, each book just gets progressively better and better. Each book gets more steeped in the lore behind, the plot of the book and everything that's going on in the background and this faction and this faction. So there are a group of hunters who have made it their mission to destroy the lords and try and rid the earth of their problems, because they think that every plague is caused by these warriors, and they think that every death is somehow caused by. So you have like the hunters, which they have to battle throughout this book and a few of the books following it. And so if I say "and so" one more time, and so I would recommend that you guys pick up this book. For the rating for this book, I am going to give it a 9. The series is awesome, really in-depth, really rich in detail. Each of the main characters, both male and female, from every book have their own unique personality. They have their own unique behavioral traits and characteristics, and there's a fresh take on the relationship or the romance in every book. It's not just like a repeat of the same shit you've been reading over and over, which I really did enjoy. I really enjoy when they introduce characters who are not just straight, clean cut, like I enjoy when an author introduces a character who has multicolored hair, a character who's biracial, a character who has piercings, tattoos. All of the lords have tattoos. It is a specific butterfly, but each lord has it in a different body part and has it in a different color. If you want information as to which lord has what butterfly and where, you can, I think, find that information on Gena Showalter's website, or if you join her members only Facebook group, it's Gena's Legions, I think. And I will link it in the description box below. I am a member. I would highly recommend you guys joining this group if you're fans of Gena, or if you're trying to get into the series or any of Gena's books, really, because they do discuss other books in there besides just the Lords of the Underworld series. They discuss her new Gods of War series. They discuss her older books, like her Atlantis series. Like they talk about all of them. So it's a it is a huge group of people, but everybody is super nice to everyone. There's no backbiting, there's no whatever. It is moderated by a young lady by the name of Naomi, who does an awesome job administrating to the Facebook group, as well as doing work on Gena's main Facebook page, which you can also find. If you're a fan of Gena's, if you want to keep up to date on all of the goings on and all the new info, there's a lot of giveaways, there's a lot of teasers, there's a lot of information that you will get in the group before you get it anywhere else or before it's released anywhere else. So I would definitely recommend that you guys join if you're interested. If you're interested in getting into the Lords of the Underworld series, I would pick up this book first. Like I said, there is a short novella that you can that was like a prequel, but you can really read that anytime. I don't think it's necessary to read it at the beginning of this series, or that you have to have that one before you can get started. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that you guys read this. I would recommend the series to you guys. The most recent in the series, which is The Darkest King, was just released in February, and child, it was amazing. I had to stop reading what I was reading to read it because I had to. I'm sure we've all been there. Like, we've all been there. Like, you're in the middle of a series, or you're in the middle of a book, and one of the books that, you know, are just from like your ride or die authors comes out, and you're just like, well, I guess we'll take a little break from this because I gotta go read that like right now. So that was just released. So congratulations to Gena for that book release, as well as just the fact that Lords of the Underworld is still ongoing after like 18, 19 novels. That's such an amazing feat. And I think it's honestly because she's such an amazing author, and you know, her series do really grasp you and pull you in and get you immersed in the world that she's created from scratch, which, how do you even do that? I don't know. Like, my brain would just melt into a puddle of blech, you know? I really thank you guys for joining me for another video. I'm sorry that it's, again, like 20 minutes long, if I'm lucky, after I cut out a bunch of other stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos in the future. Make sure you hit the little bell icon if you are a subscriber, so that you'll get notified when I upload a new video. If you would like to follow me on any of my other social media platforms, I do have a members only Facebook group, as well as an Instagram and a Twitter account, all under variations of What the Smut book reviews, and I will link them in the description below, as well as put a little banner right here for you to see. And please join me for my next review coming to you guys soon, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Why do I do this to myself? Why indeed? There's a fucking bird outside, literally right outside my window, who's just decided he's gonna sing for no reason. There's nothing to sing about. There's a pandemic going on. Chill out. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of What the Smut book reviews. I appreciate you guys being here. If you're new to the channel, you will see absolutely nothing amiss with the way I'm speaking. But if you're not new to the channel, you're probably thinking to yourself, what is going on? Well, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm Candace, and I'm originally born and raised in South Carolina, which is where I'm currently filming from. Cut the shit. But that is actually not how I talk. You know. It's not your first time. My eyes are watering again. Why? All the time. Sorry, y'all. I was interrupted. Somebody came ringing on my doorbell. You don't do that down here. You know what I mean? No, I'm kidding. We're like, you know, very hospitable and stuff. If there wasn't currently a pandemic going around outside, because like right now you're not coming up in my house. Like, I've like isolated, no visitors, please, thank you. So yeah, I completely forgot where I was. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me a second because usually my brain has to like click back into review mode. What am I gonna say? More steeped in lore. Am I going fishing? Lore. I already said that. I don't know why I repeat myself. I kind of get stuck in like, there's like a glitch in the matrix and I just lose. It just like, bloop. Why did I pick this dress? I know you guys think that I look so put together, like somebody's little old granny that's going to church on Sunday, but in actuality, I'm wearing like cut off shorts underneath the table. You just can't see that. What a loser. I actually have Jena's butterfly tattooed on me right there. How cute is that? Yeah. No copyright infringement intended. Please don't sue me. I have no money. Blinky.